All right, here with Indian Riverhead football coach Glenwood Ferebee. His team's Tri-Scrimmage tonight at Ocean Lakes with the Dolphins, as well as Heritage High School out of Newport News. Coach, I think most scrimmages you take away some positives, some things you got to work on, but the biggest takeaway is a lot of the coaches, I think people just chatting afterwards, is, man, your defensive front, albeit young, can be very, very disruptive this year.
Yes, of course, we got Ben Smiley. He was disruptive last year. Kanai Krite, he played some last year in spots to replace Bruce Boone, so he has some experience. And then we got two young, athletic guys on the edge that can get off the football.
One related to Devin Hunter, right?
Yeah, Devin Hunter's brother. It was a surprise. He just been down there a week. He hasn't had a lot of experience. He was a receiver and a linebacker to start off, and now he wanted to play DN. So his potential is through the roof. And Corey Lucas is on Bud Foster's radar. He came down for in the spring and got his eye on him and said he can keep an eye on him. So, yeah.
And a guy like yourself who's so offensive-minded and innovative, you've got to really like that you got really two former head coaches that can kind of put some pieces together on defense, along with some other assistants, really, and Jeff McGowan and Cadillac Harris, and they're kind of moving chess pieces across the board for you. And it seemed like as the scrimmage along, your defense got more comfortable, and that's going to help game 1 to game 10. Right?
Yeah, once the guys start playing a lot together, because we're still moving pieces around, trying to find the right fit for everybody. Like I said, with Cam, he wasn't there at first, so I think once we get the right pieces, I think the sky's the limit. I think we're good on the back end. We're still trying to sort the linebacker thing out. We rotated a bunch of guys there. I think once we settle in on a few guys to get consistent reps together, they'll get a good feel for each other and run to the football.
Offensively, early on there was some struggles, but once Rasheem Brooks, your junior quarterback, who's making the transition from receiver to quarterback, got settled in, he was really a threat with his legs, and he made a couple nice throws too. Yeah,
he's going to be. We expected that. We expected that out of him. He didn't play last year, so this was actually his first game action in a year. So I expected that, but I had a talk with him at halftime and said, "Man, you just go out there and play football. Football hasn't changed from the time you was 6 till now. It's just you got bigger. Everybody else gotten bigger, but football hasn't changed. So just go out and play." And that's what he did when we went time situation.
One of the things I think you'd be encouraged by, you got some young developing pieces on defense. Your offensive line is more experienced now, but receiver position, which in Europe has always had some good ones, but losing Jermeek Knight from a year ago and some playmakers, to see both Jared Christopher and Deshaun Cromwell make some plays after the catch was encouraging, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a guy like Jermeek Knight that can catch the ball and play in space, because that opens things up for Rasheem with his feet. When you got a guy out there that can make a guy miss in space, and with his speed, he's going to be a threat anytime he touches the ball. So you have to pay attention to him, and that's what we're looking for.
Lastly, I know you got Northview game 1, who's a top 10 team in the state in Division 5. Of course, they made the state semifinals a year ago, but scrimmage number 2 for you guys is Smithfield, who's got some playmakers still. The quarterback being recruited, Willie Drew. What do you tell the guys here in your coach staff? What will you meet about some things you want to see out of that scrimmage going into game 1?
The same thing. We're not going to do anything different. We're just going to preach run to the football. It's not going to be anything different because we want to get good at what we do. So we're not going to go out there and try to trick anybody. We're going to run our stuff. Defensive-wise, I want to see us settle in on some guys and let them get out there and play together so they can get used to each other before we get to the Northview game. So we want to settle in. I think offensively we already settled in because we got a lot of guys that came back from last year. Cromwell, Jerry and Christopher, Isaiah Hyman played a little bit of offense last year, and then Dylan Hammond, he transferred over from Ocean Lakes, so he's over and he's learned the playbook over the spring. So we're more settled over there than we are on defense. So offensively, I want to see us, keep executing, and want to see Rasheem get better and get more confidence at his position. But more or less defensively, I want to see us, get the pieces in there so we can actually see what we're going to look like. So those are things we're going to concentrate on Smithfield.
And the best of the night, no serious interest. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
All right, now.
Appreciate it.
All right.